Hey guys, I got some brand new Makeship plushies in the mail recently, and by a lot, I do mean a lot. I'll be starting off with Agatha since she was the first one that I got. Here is the second to last Dark Deception plush that's ever made, being Agatha. I really love this plush. The details on this little plush is fantastic. There is only 608 made of this plushie. This kind of concerns me because there's tiny little holes on the dress and it could rip, but if you don't mess with it, then it should be fine. The details on the arms and hands are entirely printed on. For some reason, this Agatha plush is extremely heavy. Like, they put a lot of stuffing in the plushie, maybe? I'm not too sure. Face details are amazing, and they're all stitched and embroidered to the plushie. Part of Agatha's dress is made out of nylon, felt, and normal plush material. Bandaging on Agatha's leg is also plush material, and I'm really glad that they didn't just print this on. Here is the front of the plush. Here's the side of the plush. Here's the back of the plush. And here's the other side. All criticism I have on the Agatha plush is I feel like for the arms, I feel like they should have used black thread because the thread that's showing right now looks kind of ugly and doesn't blend well with the arms. Other than that, this is a really great plush, and I'm really glad I got this Agatha plushie. Next up for Billy Bust Up, we have Barnaby the Ghost Owl. Barnaby is my favorite character from Billy Bust Up. The overall design of the character is heavily inspired by Snatcher from the game A Hat in Time, which is also one of my favorite games. And Billy Bust Up is somewhat inspired by A Hat in Time in some elements. Not to mention the color palette for Barnaby is just really nice. The purple, orange, and yellows just reminds me of Halloween, and I love Halloween. Barnaby comes with a little sword, and it's attached by Velcro, and it can be attached either by the wings or on his talon. So make the wings close, since both sides of the wings have Velcro on them. Personally, I like having a little wing holding the sword because it just looks nicer, and you can actually see the sword. All the details on Barnaby's face is stitched on, and it looks really great. Little vest and bow tie use nylon, and I believe some of the details are indeed printed on. He has a little ghost on his head, and he has a tiny little bow tie. There is only 501 made of this plushie. Here is the front of the plush. Here's the side of the plush. Here's the back of the plush. And here's the other side. So here is every single Billy Bust Up plush currently made by Makeship. Next up we have Cove from the game Our Life Beginning and Always. Starters, I really love this plush. The details on the eyes and eyebrows are really nice embroidery. The little blush effect on his face looks really nice as well. The shirt is printed on, but it uses a separate piece of material like nylon. And the belt is made out of felt. This plush is from a game called Our Life Beginning and Always. It's a visual novel, and I absolutely love the game. I've played it, it's so much fun, and I highly recommend checking it out. And fun fact, this plushie came with a DLC code for Act 3, since this plushie of Cove is based off of him in Act 3. We kind of hope we get the Act 1 variant of Cove, where he was a child, but I'm really glad that we got this plushie made. His tiny little scar on his hand is stitched on. Glasses on the plush is made out of felt. There's only 1,123 made of this plushie. Here is the front of the plush. Here's the side of the plush. You can also see on the ears, there's some little earrings and piercings on the plushie. Here is the back of the plush. And here is the other side. Small tiny criticism I have on this plushie is the legs are a bit understuffed, and I wish they put some more stuffing in the legs because he kind of falls over a lot due to that reason. But this plush is fantastic. I absolutely love our life beginning and always. I highly recommend checking it out on Steam. It's free and all the DLC does cost money, but it's pretty cheap. Here is the Makeship Cove plush. Let's move on to the next Dark Deception character, being Penny the Chicken. Penny will be the last Dark Deception character ever made for the game, and I'm really glad that Penny was fully funded. Penny the Chicken is also the last character in the Joy Joy gang. First character from the Joy Joy gang set was Lucky, and then we had Hangry, and now we have Penny. Little legs on the Penny plush are printed on, but the actual feet or talons themselves are actually just normal plush material. The endo teeth are all stitched onto the plushie. The loose eye is a 3D plush ball with a little black iris in the center, and it's being held up by 2 wires. And one thing I kind of wish that they did was stitch the eyeball in place, because I have a feeling that this will probably fall off over time due to the fact it's only being held up by 2 ribbons. Eyes are embroidered to the plushie, and here is a closer look at the endoskeleton parts of Penny. There's only 414 made. Here's the front of the plush. Here's the side of the plush. Here is the back of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. Here is Penny next to the other Joy Joy gang characters. Here is every single character from Dark Deception currently as a plush from chapter 1 through 4. And here is the whole set. Next up we have Cabu from the game Bug Fables. Don't worry, we'll talk about Leaf later. So here is the Cabu plush. I absolutely love this plushie, and I'm so glad that we finally have all 3 of the main characters from the game as plushies. So the first ever Bug Fable plush we ever got was V from Limited Run Games, and you can only get her by getting the big collector's edition of the game. But then recently Makeship made all 3 of the main characters, being Cabu, Leaf, and V. Now I only got Cabu and Leaf because I had the Limited Run release of V. And plus, personally, I just like this plushie more than what Makeship made, but that's just me. So this plushie is really soft, and there's no printing at all on this plushie. So the eyes are embroidered to the plushie, and the outside of the eyes is made out of nylon. Cabu has his little cape and his stubby little legs. There is only 1,426 made. Here are the little wings on the plushie. I believe they're wings. I really don't remember. I'm pretty sure that they are wings though. My small little bit of criticism I have on this plush is that it's hard for him to sit because the back of the wings kind of get in the way. However, if you position the wings in a certain way, he can stand up. Here is a size comparison of the Makeship Cabu plush to the Limited Runs V plush, which cannot stand. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. I also forgot to mention he does have tiny little arms. They're just being obscured by the cape. Here is the back of the plush. And here's the other side. Next up, we have the Wobbler banana from Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, or Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. This plush is really different from other Makeship plushes, not just because of the body design, but the way that this plush was made is more like a rag doll, which kind of fits the characters from Tabs in a way. Something that's really odd about this plushie is that for some reason this character has 2 tags. So it has the standard Makeship tush tag, and then it has a tag that's based off of the actual game. Here is the side tag. There's only 377 made. The arms and legs are made out of 2 different colors of red, which is really nice, and I really like that detail because the characters in the games are like a mix match of different reds and blues. I should also mention this plushie is pretty tall. There are 2 other characters in this set, being the Jarl plush and the Jumbo Mammoth plushie. I don't know when those 2 are coming in the mail, but they should be coming in soon, I believe. But I'll make a review on those 2 whenever I get them. The eyes are embroidered to the plushie, and overall there is no single printing at all on this plush. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. Here is the back of the plush. And here's the other side. A really cool thing that all the totally accurate Battle Simulator plushies come with is all three of them came with a digital copy of the game Nightfall, which is really cool. Next up we have Leaf. So here is Leaf. I really love this plush and he's honestly my favorite out of the three main characters from Bug Fables. Here's all three of the main characters from Bug Fables all together again. There's only 1,305 made. So for Leaf's clothing, it's all made out of nylon and all the details are printed on. Underneath the clothing, he does have tiny little stick legs and he cannot sit because the clothing does get in the way. Unless if you're okay with the clothing getting bent or creased. Something I really like about this Leaf plush is that the antennas are actually stuffed and have more depth than the limited runs V plush where they're just flimsy and flop around. Unlike the Cabu plush, Leaf does not have arms. Well, that's also mostly because his arms are covered up by his robe. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side. Here is the back. And here is the other side. Next up we have the Green Mage from Everhood. I really love Everhood. It's one of my personal favorite games I've played recently and it's a lot of fun. So here is a closer look at the side tag. There's only 802 made of the Green Mage plush. There is actually another Everhood plush that's in the set being blue. I'm not sure when he's coming in though. I believe he did recently just shipped out. Here's a closer look at Green Mage's hat. Anyways, the details on this plush is fantastic. He looks just like the character in the game, and I really love this little guy. And I'm going to try and use him in future videos. Same goes with all these other Makeship plushies that you see. I'll try and use them in the future. Unfortunately, you cannot remove the hat. I kind of wish Makeship could do that with some plushies with hats like this. Especially with the Fantokyo plush, I really wish that this hat could come off, but it's stitched on by thread. And if you don't know, Fantokyo actually has some tufts of hair underneath the hat, but you cannot see it unless if you cut off some of the strings off the plush. So all that can go for the Green Mage plush. So anyways, here is the front of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. Here is the back of the plush. And here is the other side. Next plushie we have is the baby in yellow. So I want to start off with the details on this plush, especially the eyes. They are incredibly well made. Like, look at the embroidery on the plush. It's really nice. There is only 720 made. Here's the little logo on the shirt. I'm surprised that this is actually embroidered to the plush. They could have just easily printed it on. And here is the little band-aid on the leg of the plushie. The plush itself is actually pretty small compared to other Makeship plushies. So you can kind of see there's quite a different size comparison. It's just a little bit smaller, which is really nice. Plush itself is also really well stuffed and is really soft. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. Here is the back. And here is the other side. The next plushie we have is Alex. So the last character we are reviewing is Alex from Marble Hornets. This is the third official Marble Hornets plush we've ever gotten. The first plush being Masky, the second one being Hoodie, and now we have Alex. So the gun and the brick that he's holding is attached by Velcro, which is a really nice detail because I really love having plushes with accessories that you can take off and remove. Here's a closer look at the glasses. They are a bit bent and it's purposely like that. And something that I'm kind of concerned about with the glasses is that they are made out of felt. And this part right here is kind of cut, which I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not, but it does feel like it could easily rip off. Here's a little bruise marking on Alex's face. His legs are really stubby and tiny. The details on the accessories are indeed printed on, and there's a little black circle on the little gun right here that's glued on. There is only 1,129 made. Something I really like about this plush is it actually uses this fur plush material, for the actual hair, and it kind of feels like the Naru plush that I have from Ori in the Blind Forest. The jacket that Alex is wearing is indeed printed on color, but it's on a separate piece of material. Unlike the hoodie plush, you cannot move the hood over his head, so it's permanently stuck right here. Here is the front of the plush. Here is the side of the plush. Here is the back of the plush. And here is the other side. So here are all of the Marble Hornet plushies currently made, being Masky, Hoodie, and Alex. And so here are all of the brand new Makeship plushies I've recently gotten in the mail throughout the past couple months.